I used to think betrayal came with warnings. The late night phone calls, the subtle distance, the cold tone that replaced warmth. But when it happened, it arrived softly, hidden behind laughter. The kind of laughter that used to make my heart light up until that night, when it made my stomach twist. I was in the kitchen making coffee, half listening to my wife, Emma, and her brother's best friend Ryan, watching an old sitcom in the living room. She was laughing, really laughing, and for a moment, I smiled. It had been months since I'd heard that sound, but something about it didn't sit right. It wasn't the laugh itself. It was the pause between them, the way she leaned toward him when she spoke, the familiarity in her voice that felt suddenly misplaced. Ryan had always been around. He was part of the family, charming, easygoing, the kind of guy everyone trusted, including me. He'd known Emma since college, spent holidays with us, shared dinners, helped fix things around the house. I'd never thought twice about how close they were. Why would I? He was like a brother. But after that night, I couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. It started small. Her phone always flipped face down. Messages she answered with her back turned. Sudden errands that didn't quite add up. She began mentioning Ryan more often. He needed help with his new place. He wanted advice. It all seemed harmless until her brother Luke called me one evening, his voice low and uneasy. "Hey man, has Ryan been acting weird around you guys?" I froze. He didn't say much else, but that question was enough. Deep down, I already knew. I just hadn't wanted to face it. That night, after Emma told me she was going to visit her mom, I decided to do something I never thought I would. I tracked her phone. It wasn't pride that drove me. It was desperation. My gut had become louder than my reason. Her location appeared miles away, nowhere near her mother's home. Instead, it led to an address I recognized too well, Ryan's apartment. My heart pounded so hard I could barely grip the steering wheel as I drove there. When I arrived, I parked down the block and waited. Through the gap in the blinds, I saw shadows moving, her silhouette his. They were close, laughing, her hands brushing his shoulders, his face lowering toward hers. That was all it took. My world didn't explode. It just fell silent. I didn't storm in. I didn't shout or break anything. I sat there until the tears dried, and all that was left inside me was something cold and painfully clear. She wasn't mine anymore. Maybe she hadn't been for a long time. I went home and began preparing, not for revenge, but for truth. The kind that can't be denied or twisted. Over the next few days, I pretended everything was normal. I made breakfast, kissed her cheek, listened to her talk about errands and family visits that never happened. Behind my calm smile, I gathered proof screenshots, called logs, timelines, every lie cataloged carefully. Then I had an idea, one that would end it all in the most undeniable way. Luke's birthday was coming up. Everyone, Emma, Ryan, family, friends would be there. I called Luke and offered to make a video montage, a sweet collection of memories for the celebration. He was thrilled. Emma barely looked up from her phone when I told her. "Sure, babe. Don't overwork yourself," she said absently. For the next 2 days, I pieced it all together. Laughter, family trips, childhood clips, moments that looked perfect. And then near the end, I added one more scene footage from a tiny hidden camera I'd placed outside Ryan's apartment door. After that night, it wasn't explicit, just enough. Emma and Ryan together, holding each other, her whispering the same words she used to say to me. "I missed you." The night of the party, the air was filled with celebration, music, chatter, clinking glasses. All the sounds of joy I once associated with her. Emma looked stunning in a red dress, smiling as if nothing in the world could touch her. Ryan arrived a little later, all charm and ease, his hand brushing her back as they laughed. Luke called everyone to gather for the video. I stood by the laptop, my heart steady. "You're going to love this," I said. The lights dimmed. The screen came alive with warm nostalgia, laughter, old photos, shared memories. And then slowly the tone shifted. The images faded, replaced by a shaky view of Ryan's apartment door opening. A hush fell over the room. There she was, Emma, unmistakable in the outfit she wore the day she said she was visiting her mother. She stepped inside, smiling, her arms wrapping around Ryan. His hands found her waist. Their lips met. The silence was suffocating. Gasps rippled through the crowd. Luke's face drained of color. Emma's mother covered her mouth. Eyes widened disbelief. "Turn it off," Emma whispered, her voice cracking. "Please turn it off." But I didn't move. The footage played on, each second peeling away another layer of the life we'd built. When the screen finally went black, the room stayed frozen. Not a sound, not a breath. I turned to her. She was shaking, eyes wet, unable to look at me. "How could you do this here?" she whispered. I took a deep breath and said quietly, "You made the stage." I just turned on the lights. The words hit harder than I expected. Ryan stood motionless, guilt all over his face. Luke lunged at him, shouting, "You slept with my sister while she was married." The room erupted into chaos, shouting, crying, people rushing to separate them. I didn't stay to watch. I walked out into the cold night air, leaving the noise behind. My phone buzzed endlessly. Calls, messages, apologies, explanations. I ignored them all. When I got home, I sat alone in the dark. For the first time in months, I felt something close to peace. It wasn't happiness. It was the quiet acceptance that comes when you finally stop lying to yourself. By morning, an envelope lay on the porch. Divorce papers. No note, no plea, just her signature. I stared at it for a long moment, then smiled faintly. The truth had taken everything from her. The comfort, the illusion, the mask. And for me, it had given back something far more valuable: freedom.